going on, guys? Nick Ross here, Body of Legends. 3 weeks out of the AMBF World Championships, my pro debut, Key West, Florida. Very excited, man. Another week out the way. I feel great as always. I really do. This is a prep where you're dieting and energy is low, carbs are low, but man, I feel freaking phenomenal. I really do. I want to talk a little bit about my training. Now, I'm going to go back to 2014. Last year when I was on stage competing for my pro card, I won the show, but honestly, I felt like that was the worst I've ever looked. I was flat. I lost so much muscle. I was holding a bunch of water. I was backstage. I did like 200-300 freaking push-ups. I could not get a pump for nothing. And honestly, man, I'm just going to do the opposite of what I did last year. I'm going to do the complete opposite because I looked freaking amazing 5-6 weeks out last year than more than I did on the day of the show. And I got to think to myself, okay, what was I doing 5 to 6 weeks out that made me look so freaking hard, so freaking veiny? And what did I change the last 2 or 3 weeks? I started incorporating a bunch of isolation movements. I started doing cardio at the ass. I dropped my calories to nothing. I pretty much broke my body down too much, and I was expending too much energy and not taking in enough energy to compensate for the amount of energy I was burning out. So pretty much I was breaking down too much muscle tissue, and I was putting my body in too much of a catabolic state. Now, this time around, I'm trying to do the opposite. I'm actually going to increase my calories into the show. I'm going to try to taper back the cardio a little bit, increase the posing, and keep everything compound. Keep all my movements compound. Almost kind of drop the reps a little bit. And my reason is that I want to keep the muscle thick. I want to keep it as thick as possible. My issue is not so much conditioning, man. I could get in condition. I can do the diet. My issue is keeping the muscle thick and full. So going into this show, I'm not really going to play the size game, but for me, having the size and having the thickness is my priority. Of course, along with the conditioning. So like I said, man, I'm just going to try to do the opposite of what I did last year. I feel like that was my worst, and I want to look my best, especially being my pro debut and wanting to go for the goal. I want to do the best I can. I want to bring the best physique that I possibly can bring. So I'm not going to play around so much with dropping my calories, doing more cardio. Like I said, man, everything's going to be a complete 180. Do the opposite. I want to bring in the detail, bring in the lines, but I want to be so freaking round, so freaking full. And that's the look that I'm going for. You don't really see a lot of, I guess you can say natural guys who bring that crazy, ridiculous fullness with that conditioning and symmetry. You don't see that. It's either they're crazy full or flat as a pancake. You don't see that combination. So of course, if you're on drugs, you're always freaking round as full. You're always, come on now, like, I don't understand how someone can say an IFBB pro is flat. That guy is round as hell. He's always round. But anyway, so my priority is just the ultimate package. Really is. I'm kind of going to do what you call shutting it down in a sense. Meaning I'm going to kind of maybe not show so much of the physique until, like, let's say 1 week out. Just kind of give, the look of my physique more of a wow. Because I kind of do updates every single week. Every single week I'm posting photos. I'm updating you guys, which is good. You guys love the progress. You guys love seeing the transformation. But I really want to just show people just something out of this world. I really want to, kind of just take it to the next level. And I don't really think that's going to be as noticeable if you're seeing my physique as often as you are. So, for the next 2 weeks, I'm kind of going to maybe hide in a sense, not too much, kind of show a little bicep here and there, but, not going to do any physique updates or anything like that. Next week, I'll probably increase it to about 2 gallons a day, just to kind of keep the water high and kind of flush my body of any excess water. I'm not going to drop water too much. Because, if I'm freaking full as hell right now, if I'm round as hell right now, if I'm very vascular right now, then I don't really want to do something completely different than what I'm doing right now. My body just goes out of whack and it doesn't really, respond well. If this is working for me, drinking a bunch of freaking water, keeping everything compounded. I'm not gonna change it too much. I'm gonna drop water just a little bit, but last year, like, I'm not gonna do what I did. Like, I probably had like maybe half a gallon of water for the whole week of my peak week. You know, so this time around, I'm gonna keep the water just a little bit high. You know, guys, like, you don't really need to play around too much with it. I mean, if your body fat is low, then you're gonna look freaking amazing, okay? If your body fat is low, then you're not gonna have a lot of fat cells to hold water. You're just gonna keep pissing the water out. So I would say, you know, maybe 2 days before the show, I mean, kind of wash the water, you know, take sips here and there. But, you know, for the whole week, like, you don't need to cut a whole shit ton of water. At least I don't think so. I'm gonna try it out. You know, still trying to figure this whole bodybuilding and, you know, fitness thing out. Still trying to understand how to really bring in the ultimate package. So working very hard on that, trying some things out. Like I keep saying, guys, this is an amazing journey. This has been, you know, the best couple weeks of my life, easy. You know, yeah, I'm dieting, I'm doing cardio, I feel like shit sometimes, but I guess mentally, where my life is, it's in a great place. As always, guys, like I say, I'm just gonna continue to push it, continue to make it happen, and continue to keep achieving those results, always. Nick Ross, Body of Legends, guys. See you next time.
I wanna run to you and get away. I wanna hide with you, but I